Szeretettel köszöntöm a kedves diákokat, érettségizőket, illetve azokat is, akik nem most készülnek az érettségre, csak szeretnék gyakorolni az angolt. Az előző videókban már elmondtam, hogy még feláll egy szóbeli érettségi, úgyhogy most nem szeretnék részletekbe menni. Ugyebár vannak a rövid kérdések az elején, utána a szituáció és a végén a képleírás. Ezekhez nézzünk kiragadott példákat. Azok a kérdések, amiket én felsorolok, azok tényleg tehát példaszerűek. Ugye ilyen rövid videó alatt sosincs idő arra, hogy az egész témát teljesen kimerítően átbeszéljük. Azokról is fogok beszélni, amiket el kell kerülni, ugyebár több éve van szerencsém az érettségi vizsgáztatásban részt venni. Én most a középszintű szóbeli érettségekről beszélek, és hát segítő szándékkal megemlítenek egy-két olyan dolgot, amiben azt tapasztaltam, hogy a diákok vagy leblokkoltak a vizsga közben, vagy félrement a vizsgának a menete, nem olyan eredmény született. Ezeket el lehet kerülni különböző módszerekkel. A mai óra anyaga a food and cooking. Okay, let's switch to English. Now, when you go to the oral exam, at the English final exam, the middle level, first you will get the short questions. Let's see an example. What is your favorite food? There can be at least two problems with this question. The first one is that you don't have a favorite food. Second, you don't know how to say in English rántott hús. Many times this is a problem. In the first case, if you don't have a favorite food, don't get stuck. Don't just say, I don't know, I don't have a favorite food. Okay, maybe you don't have just one, you like everything. In this case, just mention some food that you like. Don't just say, I don't know, I don't have a favorite. Don't do this. Say something like, I like many kinds of foods. I couldn't mention one particular which is my favorite. I like Italian food, Asian food. Guys, if you like pizza, well, pizza is such an easy word and everybody knows that. If you like, if really pizza is your favorite, say pizza with what, okay? Pizza with seafood, broccoli, ham, pineapple. Now the second problem, you don't know rántott hús in English. Different people say different things. I made a research on the internet. I even found some forums where people who live in an English-speaking country, they say different expressions. So some people say it's breaded chicken. Maybe in a course book you learn chicken breast in breadcrumbs. Some people who live in the USA say that they never heard this expression. Some British people say that they use this, and you know, there's a lot of words for this, and some people use it, some people never heard of it. Some people use chicken breast, I said that, chicken breast in a breadcrumb, chicken escalope. And some people say schnitzel. That's a German word, and maybe they understand, maybe they don't. Still try to use each of them, we will know what you mean. Okay, let's get on. Can you mention any typical Hungarian dishes? You have to prepare for this, but there are some examples that I can give you. Chicken paprika, okay? Stuffed cabbage, you know, there's the cabbage and you then stuff it with meat and then you roll it up and you put it, you cook with different ingredients. Stuffed cabbage. Goulash soup, almost the most popular one, but don't just say goulash soup because everybody says goulash soup and it sounds boring. Say something else as well, please. Újházi chicken soup, hortobágyi pancake or pancake à la hortobágy, somlói sponge, anything else? Right. Next question, do you prefer to cook or go to a restaurant? Vocabulary that you need here can be homemade dishes, you can prefer homemade dishes. You have to know the word ingredients, like those are the spices, the herbs, the different things like onion, flour, vegetables, meat, stuff, that's ingredients. The expression eat out is a very important expression because saying go to a restaurant is a repetition, is a constant repetition. Eat out means that you don't eat in your house, but you go out of your house and you go out to a restaurant and you eat there. Eat out, eat in a restaurant. Takeaway, that's a compromise between the two. I mean, you still eat at home, but you go to a restaurant, you ask for a menu, takeaway. They will pack it up for you, wrap up for you, and you take it home, you heat it up in your microwave oven, and you have it at home. You can buy processed food in the shop, okay, in the grocery shop. Like, processed food means it can be frozen, tinned food, like, you know, conserve, okay? There can be any other processes. So if you go to a restaurant, you pay for the service, you pay the bill at the end, you give a tip. There are a lot of things to say here, but it's a short question, so you try to answer shortly with a good vocabulary. Next question, can you cook? Can you tell us a recipe? A challenge here, if you can't cook and you have no idea about a recipe here. So what can you answer? You get this question. Now, we don't always improvise and find out questions or answers. So maybe you can say something like, I really can't cook. It's always my mom who cooks at home. And the recipe, I know nothing about recipes, but what I can see in the kitchen is my mom cutting onions, chopping the meat, using ingredients like pepper, paprika, like herbs and spices, and then she puts everything into a saucepan and stirs it and fries and stuff. So you can still talk about it even if you don't cook. Okay, what do you see in the kitchen? Who cooks in your family? You can talk about that. Again, ingredients, spices, herbs. You can peel the potato, like you peel it, you cut it, you chop the meat, yeah, like you can slice, you cut them into slices and you chop them, which means cut up into pieces, okay? You can cut them into small pieces. You can fry in oil, okay? Typically you make French fries in oil, or chicken in breadcrumbs is made in oil, it's fried, okay? You can boil water, you can boil an egg, you can cook something in boiling water, you cook it, you can roast, and you can bake. We bake bread and cakes, okay, in the oven. Well, you can steam, like you steam vegetables, for example. That's a very healthy way of eating. And what you use an oven, a stove, you can have an electric oven, a gas oven, or an important word, because everybody uses it today, or a lot of people use it today, it's convection oven. Convection oven is something that we sometimes call, or some people call it, fan oven. Légkeveréses sütő. It might sound difficult, but it's not a hard word. You learn it because you use it every day, okay? It's a fan oven. All right, but you can cook in a wok. If you like it, why not talking about it? It's interesting. At least your examinator teacher will be amused, okay? Situation. You get a paper, you read the situation. How can you solve this exercise? How can you do well? I read out the instructions. You invite your English-speaking friend to a restaurant. Your friend doesn't entirely understand the menu, the Hungarian menu, so you help him or her. Explain what each meal consists of, and your English-speaking friend's role will be played with your examinator teacher. This type of conversation, situation exercise is not kind of debate. This conversation will last for 3 minutes. It will keep going if you constantly speak about, if you ask questions, you answer questions. And what can you talk about here? Well, in this exercise, we will attach a menu. You need it. You look at the menu and you need to know words like chicken, pork, beef, veal, which is borjú, lamb, bárányhús. You need to know seafood like oyster, crabs, mussels, Now, if we talk about meat, for example, chicken, you need to know chicken breast, chicken wings, and maybe chicken drumstick. We don't call it chicken leg, we call it chicken drumstick, csirkecomb. Okay, so there are a lot of words to revise here. I'm sure that your course books are full of these words, or you can research it on the internet. There's no time for me to enlist all of the words here. There are a lot of vegetables, dairy products, meat, ingredients, a lot of things. I'm just telling you examples. Like a side dish, fried potato, the French fries. Most of the people in Hungary ask for French fries. Okay, some chefs go crazy about it because they make more delicious food as well. But okay, French fries are very important. Mashed potato, puree, rice, steamed vegetables. Why not? So you need to give advice. You need to be able to talk about maybe an allergy if your English-speaking friend has an allergy. If your examiner teacher doesn't ask you about it, you might ask in this situation, are you allergic to anything? Are you on a diet? Are you vegetarian? This food contains fat or grease or this and that or hazelnuts. Why not? And then we get to the picture-based description. You might have here a pair of photos with one with a healthy food and one with junk food on it, but you can get other pictures like one with a traditional restaurant and the other one with a fast food restaurant. And if you talk about healthy food and junk food, then what do they contain? Healthy food contains vitamins, fibers, rostok, minerals, ásványi anyagok. It must be nutritious, okay? Jó tápanyagtartalma van. Healthy food can be low fat, if you need low fat food, but not low fat food can also be healthy, right? But if you're looking for low fat food, that's also an important vocabulary. Low carb. Today it's really popular to talk about low carb food. What is carb? That's carbohydrates, szénhidrát. It's a difficult word, but we need to study because it comes up so often in a conversation when we talk about way of life. So carbohydrates. Junk food is many times greasy, contains a lot of fat, too salty maybe, doesn't contain vitamins, high in carbohydrates. Okay, maybe there are a lot of artificial ingredients in junk food. And then you talk about your preferences here, which some students find it difficult to prefer one to the other. So many times what they say at the end is that they really like and they really try and make efforts to eat as much healthy food as possible. But once in a month or twice in a month, they go to a fast food restaurant because they like that too. So it always, well, at the end, most students say that they like to combine the two types of food, and it's normal. Okay? There is nothing bad about saying that you only like junk food. Okay? You can say that. This is an exam about a language. It's not an exam of a healthy way of life, coaching something. If you say you only like junk food and you eat junk food all day long, this is an answer. Good. That's fine. You passed the exam. Traditional restaurant, fast food restaurant, well, the differences are in a traditional restaurant you have to wait longer to get your meal. It's more expensive, more elegant, more convenient. You're served by a waiter and you get more sophisticated food. There is a greater variety of food, of meals, of dishes. You pay a tip at the end, and in a fast food restaurant you always get the same dish. It's a self-service restaurant, you have to serve yourself. They serve junk food many times. It's way cheaper and way faster. This is why we call it fast food restaurant. Can be more crowded. okay? And which one do you prefer? Well, it really depends. You can say whichever you like. Of course, it depends on your way of life. Are you always a busy person, or are you keen on celebrating some family occasions in a nice traditional restaurant? You can talk about it in details. It's a very good idea. And finally, I would like to end this lesson by some recommendations. Now, you guys spend a lot of time at home these days. Maybe your parents are working hard and they don't have too much time, but it would be a good idea to cut down on your budget, for example, on money that you spend on food. And what a great time for you guys to learn to cook at home. I can recommend you some YouTube videos. If you go on YouTube, you type in Tasty Recipes. That's the name of the channel, Tasty Recipes. They have a lot of videos about a great variety of dishes, healthy dishes, very easy to prepare them. I watched a lot of them and I incorporated a lot of their ideas into my everyday cooking repertoire. So I really recommend you that. Jamie Oliver, 15-minute recipes. You can start by some very easy ones and they will be nutritious, not always the same noodles and pasta and tomato sauce and stuff. And one Hungarian person, I like his style of cooking, Szél Tamás. You find his videos online. Sometimes he uses ingredients, maybe it's difficult to find in the shop, but he has some very easy recipes as well, and very good ones. So guys, I can just encourage you to start learning to cook. It's a very nice thing, very entertaining, and good luck with your studies. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.